Alright guys, what's going on? I haven't made a video in I think about 2 weeks or something here. Hasn't been a lot going on in the markets. It's not been favorable to my strategy. It's just been kind of sideways chopping. And I think I didn't trade for a week there because of work and other things. And then there was a few days where I didn't even trade. So really in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, I probably only traded a week and a half of that. In terms of futures day trading, I've been more trading crypto, not really trading, but just positioning myself for what I think is to come soon on that. But let's get into these trades, you know. Oh, and as far as how things have been going, not great, you know. I blew a couple accounts. Nothing too bad. We're still very profitable in terms of futures prop firm trading. In terms of how much I've spent and how much I've taken out on payouts, we're still doing great. Happy with that. And we're going to see if we can get a payout this week, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, we took this breakout trade. Breakout trades have not been treating me well. They were working so good a month ago. Just every breakout trade, you just long it or short it, and you're good. But anyways, this was the market open candle, that 1 minute candle there to the left with all that volume. We wanted to see this level hold here, but really it pushed up, and you can see there it failed to make a new high, so the buyers didn't follow us in. We come down here and we get stopped. But right here, within this fair value gap, boom, that rejection right there. That is super important. That is one of my main entry models. This is one of my most profitable entry models that I use. And I'll make a video on it someday when I get some more subscribers. So we go in, and it's with two contracts. I don't remember if I meant to even do this or not. Either way, should not have done that. Yeah, really shouldn't have done that. So on this, I like to enter within the fair value gap. This entry is a little high. We like to enter within the fair value gap near the bottom. Needs to be a candle with volume. And then you put your stop below the fair value gap candle. Really needs to be a 5-minute fair value gap candle. I do not trade ICT, but you can think of a fair value gap as just a bullish engulfing candle. I just think it's easier just to say FVG or fair value gap than a bullish engulfing candle. And you can see right here this MACD on the 30-second is coming into our favor. We're watching the 30-second so we can see the volume come in. You can see the buy volume is rising into this, which is great. Over to the right, the volume profile, there's a volume ledge that's being created around the 21,865, 870 level. We want to hold that and then break through that high on the left, which we kind of have a lot of trouble with here, because in my opinion, I mean, I have all these theories for these things. This is just how the market works in my head. This is my version of supply and demand. For price to keep moving up, we need buyers to keep, adding in. It doesn't move up just from one big buyer from this bullish engulfing candle. It could have been one big buyer or a clump of big buyers, whatever, doesn't matter. But we need something like that. And then we need those buyers to follow us in. And right here is what it looks like to me, is that these buyers don't have the conviction on this trade that initial buyer did. And the sellers don't have the conviction either, because, it hasn't broken down yet. It hasn't made really a significant swing lower high or a swing lower low. It made a lower low there, and on the 1 minute it was just a wick, just wicked right out of there. And you can see to the right, there's a volume ledge right there, and that's also the point of control that held. So that's great. We're $1,000 in profit right here. I'm suggesting, or I'm anticipating, do I go ahead and take this? Because to me, looks like we're having trouble with this volume ledge over on the right. And at the very top, you can see we have an even price of 21,880. Going up, we always struggle with the 80s. And coming down, it's the 20s. So if we come down, you'd want to hold, 21,820 or whatever. See, again, we go up into 880s. We have issues here. That's what we want. We want to see that break. And if that would break, it would run some stops and trigger some, maybe a few breakout orders. And we go ahead and take that off because I don't see the conviction there. We made a profit of $700 on that one. We went to this other XFA here. It's not pulled up now. I'm just showing the trade because I forgot to record it. It was just this trend line break, but I was looking at something on Nvidia here. And I don't normally trade this ever, but I just saw it and I was like, why not take a stab at it? So this is what it is, a rising wedge, which are bearish. And we entered, not up there. We did not enter up there. And we didn't trade Nvidia, we traded NQ. We just kind of used Nvidia to enter. And we entered kind of on the break of that little trend line right there. And the downtrend was created. And the buyers got out. And then we took our profits around there on NQ. And it turned out to be a pretty good trade. And see, look, it was great to take profits on that long because I would have been back down to break even there, maybe even a loss. For me, this has been a see money, take money market. It's really hard for me to get, 100 points, 75 points here lately. So this is the first XFA. We're $1,000 in profit. Good start. That was just that one. This was the wedge trade, the wedge breakdown trade that we got, which very, very satisfied with that. Didn't really know if that was going to work, but it did. I don't really trade patterns, but I trade discretionary all the time, as well as mechanical. So this is the other XFA, $2,727 in profit, average winner of $621, average loser, I think, of around, $500. That's very important if you guys want to be profitable. As long as you win, when you win more. When you lose less. And you can see we've got 3 days of just under $1,000 on most of them. We got 1,000 on that one day. That is our goal, is $1,000 a day. We want to get 5 days for a payout. Keep it rolling. Keep the payouts coming. We got 1,000 right there. Hopefully we get another payout. I think it would be my 5th payout. But that was the video. There's not a whole lot going on here lately, but that's some of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate anyone that watched. You have a good one.